Alright, hello everybody, it's me, Clock, and today we're going to be playing Ashes to Ashes, a supernatural Yandere dating sim. Let's start. That was basically all I needed to play this. This is 18 plus, by the way, just to let you know. It's time. It's probably time to go back now. It's been a quiet couple of years. After so many years of spending your youth to the corporate world, your body has finally taken a toll. You've finally decided to head back. I'm tired. I'm tired, Grandpa. Who isn't these days? You're almost burnt out with the amount of work you've been doing. I think it's time, after such a long time of living in that bustling city, to go back home. I've been pretty lonely nowadays with all the work that I've been focusing on. It's no wonder that I'm burnt out. We need a break. So let's go back. You return to a home with the lights off, devoid of any life. That's probably because your mother and brother were out working late again tonight. Even if you returned home, you figured it wasn't going to be like this anyways. With a sigh, you entered the home, cold and empty, so familiar, honestly. I'm back. Called out to the darkness, you figured. Your mom wasn't home, your brother was out. But luckily for you, he was going to meet up with you in a couple of minutes. Sweet Woodruff Bar. What? That's what he texted you. You'd begun to wonder if that was the place. Sweetwood Rough Bar, day 1. Okay. Sweetwood Rough. Okay. I gotta call this number? Yes. Don't call that number, chat. Yo, broski's kinda... What the... He's got that, golden retriever energy. Hello? Hey, it's me. I'm heading to the bar now. Sorry, who is this? It's Clock. No peanuts today, chat. It's just me. Clock? Clock doesn't ring a bell. What? It's your brother, sister, sibling. It's your brother, bro. It's your brother, Clock. I think you got the wrong number. Did you have the wrong number? Or you were sure that this was your brother you were calling, or did he give you the wrong number? Insist that it's him and apologize. Insist that it's him. Bother him. It's definitely my bro. No way, this isn't him. No way this isn't him. Kramer's been known to play stupid pranks like this on you. Kramer! Oh my god. You held some insistence on your tone. I'm sure I have the right number. Now that sounded more like your brother. You could even hear the snickering on the other side of the phone, too. That idiot really has the audacity to mess with you while you were trying to ask him about the plans. Ugh, come on. Ugh, Kramer, what are you doing? Hehehe, what is it, Clock? Was meeting at the bar a prank too? Are you really on your way, or was asking me to hang out a joke? No, of course not, I'm serious about the bar. But I admit, I'm killing some time right now. Just running a bit late. You were already at the steps to the front, internally sighing over his irresponsibility. You had a feeling he was going to pull something like this. Your brother was never known for being a punctual person. How late are we talking? Maybe like 40 minutes? By his tone, you somehow guessed he was still at the next city over. Is it really 40? Okay, don't get mad. You're still in Lacombe City? Technically on the freeway. Why are you still in Lacombe? Did you forget we were hanging out? No, of course not. Just overbooked myself. Oh, come on, Kramer. Decided to walk all the way here and made sure to make it on time. You couldn't even bother to text me you were going to be late? You impatiently paced outside the bar, listening to his excuses, when a dull static noise appeared. Soon it overtook Kramer's voice. Yeah, I was going to say I heard that. I thought I could make it sooner, but the client... wow. The bar. What's wrong with this damn phone? Is this saying something? I don't hear shit. You are back. Thanks. Huh? Hello? Kramer? Clock? 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 What was that? What was what? Is that gonna stay there? Is that... Okay, it's going away, it's going away. No, it's still there. You didn't say anything. Didn't you hear that? Hear what? It's still going, in my ears. Are you okay? That noise. I didn't hear anything. I just asked if you were at the bar, you didn't say anything. You're messing with me again, aren't you? No, I mean it. I didn't hear nothing. You mean it? That's all I could hear for the past minute. I swear I didn't hear anything. Suddenly it sounded like you were the crazy one. It was strange. Yo, Mikey! What's up, man? We just started the game. We're calling our brother. We're heading to a bar. You shake it off for now. Maybe it was time to change phone providers after this. Okay, now you're pissing me off. Glanced around at the snow-barren parking lot and back up at the bar with the neon signs that read Sweetwood Rough on the top. I'm at the front of the bar. I've been here for the past minute. You gonna wait around? It won't be longer than an hour. I don't know. If you're speeding to try and get here on time, just forget it. It's winter and you should be driving slowly. I assure you, Clock, I'm the safest driver on the road. We're like the scariest. How are you supposed to meet me here if you end up getting pulled over for speeding, or even worse? Just forget getting here on time and focus on getting here safely. Does my brother have no faith in me and my driving skills? Wait, don't answer that. See you in 2 hours then? Ugh. At this point, I might just go home. What, and waste all that effort it took to get there? At least get yourself a drink or something so I won't have to feel as bad. Be petty, do it out of spite. Be petty. Like, leave? Be petty or do it out of spite? I don't want to do it. I don't want to be mean. Yo, broski, let's be petty. No way. I want to make you feel bad for flaking out on me. Come on, I took up that walk-in and made a couple extra bucks for Christmas presents. Okay, this one is fine, but what about all those times you promised to hang with me just to ditch me? Wow, real mature, Clock. You really gonna bring this up now? That was years ago. Yeah, I am, and you never even apologized. I promise, drinks and whatever else you buy is on me. And he still decides to keep his pride. You're so prideful. What the hell am I hearing?
This is Josh. Can you say my name again?
What? You're so petty. What the hell? There's a conversation going on in my game. You're so petty. So you're gonna apologize or not?
As the only one knows you, I tried it out with you.
What the hell is this song, bro? So anyways, I'll just e-transfer whatever you bought from the bar to your account. Maybe we can go to Lacombe City. Buy you what you want for Christmas and we can call it even. Typical. Fine, since I'm the nicer sibling, I can let it go. Take a step in the bar and get a drink or something. Haha, that's the spirit. Get in there and chat up some locals. I'm sure they'd be as surprised to see you return after a while. Yeah, whatever. I guess I'll see you back at home then. Please, just drive normally. The roads out there are icy. Thanks. Clock, see ya. Thanks, Clock, see ya. My new say my name, bitch. Yeah, he did. That's exactly what the voice on the radio said. He hung up the phone. It was disappointing, but why were you surprised? Kramer did mention something about being very busy this time of year. Okay, I have a feeling it's not supposed to still be on, that music. That static. Yeah. Give me a second. Give me a second, chat. I have a feeling that static was supposed to be done, bro. I have a feeling that static was supposed to be gone. I'm gonna save, load, go back. Okay. You hung up the phone. It was disappointing, but why are you surprised? Kramer did mention something about being very busy this time of year. It was a bug. It was not supposed to go on that long, I think. I think the developer probably just had put in a really, really long song, I guess, for that, like, static sound effect. And... and just left it and to, like, play out, I guess. Nope, it's still coming back. Okay, it's on purpose. Luckily, you had 2 weeks to catch up, so it wasn't so bad. Maybe you'd sit there at the bar and order a drink before you'd head back. Guess tonight would just be yet another night on your own. I can't tell, maybe it stopped. You opened the door and let a bit of the cold air into the bar. Shivered a bit before you tapped your toes to get rid of any unnecessary snow trucking in. You moved your hood to reveal a quaint and old-timey bar, from the worn-out leathered booths to the brightly polished wooden counter. An old-timey tune was playing in the background, and a strong smell of cigarettes lingered in the air. It was just how you remembered it. Looks like the bar is a bit short-staffed. The only person working was a bartender at the other end of the counter, occupied with serving 2 other customers. We're playing Ashes to Ashes. It's a supernatural Yandere game. Take a seat. It's just like a demo, like a day 1, but it looked good. As you took a seat at the counter, fretting over your brother's safe driving, you were taken out of your thoughts by a comment that in an old granny voice with a southern drawl. Southern drawl? What? It's winter. Okay. She was there, I tell you. Standing right at my bed looking over me. The lady scared the shit out of me. Is it always like, middle of nowhere town has to have this southern drawl? Come on, man. I don't think any southern states are getting winter like this. What? You're going crazy, Larry. No, I saw what I saw. Wait, isn't the old lady named Larry? My wife was there. Damn. That was a head-turning statement. You didn't want to seem nosy, but the conversation got your ears perking up in curiosity. I couldn't move or anything. All I could do was lie there, staring up at her. It all felt so real, but I couldn't move. It was like I wanted to, but I was frozen. She didn't say much, but I recognized that look anywhere. It was like she was telling me she was going to be just fine. He was on his 5th drink, and empty shot glasses were strewn about the counter. He threw his head back to swallow another shot, then lazily slumped over the counter with his head hanging low. Crazy, isn't it? Eve was right there at the side of my bed. What did they see? His wife. His dead wife. But the thing is, she's gone. We buried her back at St. Rose's Cemetery on Monday. Was what that old man was saying true? The ghost of his dead wife came back to him to say her final goodbyes? You could hear the loud chuckle of another old man amusingly reacting to his friend's wild statement. He stumbled and slurred his words just as drunk as his friend. That's a load of bull. No, it's true. I saw it with my own eyes. You sure you didn't have one too many spirits, that bottle of yours? I saw what I saw, Yvonne. Eve was right there. And I'm telling you, that sounds like it came out of an episode of The Haunting Hour. What movie did you watch before your bedtime? Probably another one of those damn paranormal movies playing tricks with your head. Gonna be cold as hell this week, but no snow. Nice. I got hit with snow in Canada. I got hit with snow in Canada. Fucking sucked. Like -25 today. Fucking cold. Ghosts ain't real. They are. A voice speaks. You can't really see out of the corner of your eye, but you're guessing this is the bartender. Couldn't tell if he was trying to lighten up the conversation or make a statement. Yeah, it's Canada. Look, I was hoping for an early spring. We get those sometimes. Certainly bothered the burly old man. Siding with the crazy old drunk? I should have known you both are nuts. I know you're a man of skepticism, but I assure you, they're around. I bet you've seen a thing or two around before, in passing or out of the corner of your eyes.
What the hell are you on about?
Yvonne's lying. I know he saw something down at the cemetery he refuses to talk about. Yvonne's tone... I don't know how to say this. Is it Yvonne or Yvonne? Ivan. No, it's Yvonne. Is it Yvonne? Yvonne's tone got more defensive as he turned to his drink mate. It's like Russian, right?
Shut up! I didn't see anything back there.
It's scary, isn't it? You're just in a bit of denial. But I know you can see them. Now this was a conversation you wouldn't hear every day. You couldn't help but turn your head to see the three. He was definitely making a statement. A crazy one at that. Gaslighting an old drunk man into believing ghosts exists was crazy. Who says stuff like that? People who believe in ghosts. Hello, sir. Look.
Hello, handsome.
Okay, hello, sailor. I'm not gonna lie, I do think he's handsome. That's kind of why I picked this game. I'll be honest. I'll be dead serious. I thought he was hot. Okay. Salem. Who else would gaslight an old man into believing ghosts exist? That wasn't me. That was chat. None other than your good old troublemaking childhood friend Salem. This was the kid that had no filter. The kid that spoke his mind. It was always leaving you wondering if the things he said was supposed to be taken seriously or as a joke. Seeing him brought up a lot of old memories.
In a bit of denial. Listen here, you fucker. I wasn't scared. And I ain't in denial about shit.
Seems some things never changed. Whether he was just trying to mess with him or actually trying to convince him ghosts exist. Salem pressed on with his questions. Could I guess what you saw?
It was that same shadow.
The one that claimed to see the ghost of his dead husband, seemed to add on to Salem's question. We're getting these pronouns a little mixed up, I feel. First it was dead wife. First it started with I was hearing a grandma, an old lady, southern drawl. I don't see no old lady. Now, then he was like, I saw my dead wife. And now he's saying my dead husband. I didn't know that dead could be gender fluid. Jesus Christ. The one that claimed to see the ghost of his dead husband seemed to add on to Salem's question. He's just so goddamn drunk. Was that the other man? Was that old man in on the joke? Was he just a drunk trying to get his friend to believe him? A shadow. Tall black shadow, wearing a hat, pair of glowing eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Both of you were crazy. I didn't see shit.
I feel like Salem's making a killing right now. If he was trying to get the old man angry, it was working.
You want to know why? Because I don't believe Larry's stupid story. He's drunk, and he doesn't know what he's talking about. But you're always known for spitting this ghost devil worship bullshit, messing with people and pissing them off. You aren't gonna convince me. I know it's bullshit.
A silence fell upon the room, with that old man still making very bold accusations against Salem. He feared for the worst, but Salem kept his composure. Well, life's short. If you don't believe me, you'll figure out whether ghosts exist soon enough. The drunk burly man abruptly stood up from his bar stool and made a loud screech. Did you guys see his little smirk there? His little closed eyes smirk? It was good. It's a nice little animation thing. Just a quick little image change. Your hand almost shot out in panic to try and help, but what good would that be? You could see the old man's eyes narrow into a drunken rage, fueled by a need to prove his point in frustration to Salem.
Shut your damn mouth!
Crap. Was Salem about to get socked in the face by a drunk old dude? Nah, he's across the bar, he's bigger, he's taller, nah. The air was tense, but the only person that seemed to be provoked was Yvonne. Also, he's not drunk. If they are, you can meet up with Eve in the afterlife and have a good laugh. And if they aren't, I guess you'll just cease to exist. All those things you experienced back there can just be amounted to the alcohol, or maybe old age. Because ghosts don't exist, right? Yvonne's face turned a bright red. He was more heated by the second, slurring a string of swears. As his frustration and anger hit high, his arms swung out to grab Salem's shirt. He turned to the other old man, Larry, hoping that he'd do something about this. Unfortunately, he was out of it, sitting back with his eyes glazed over, intently fixed on a spot behind Salem. Oh my god, so real. The angry old man was ready to deliver a punch. Crap.
You really don't know when to shut your damn mouth.
Something seemed to click in his mind. Yvonne's voice seemed to falter. It looked like he was going to punch Salem, but he stopped. You could see the hesitation and shock sober him up momentarily. What just happened? He blinked a couple times before he stumbled back on his bar stool. Looked like he could be blown over in a second. He heard a breath of relief as he came to his senses. You couldn't tell what clicked in his head. Was it the alcohol? He was so angry just a minute ago, and now he looked shocked, scared. What just happened? Salem didn't seem to react to Yvonne, giving no qualms about the sudden change in his behavior. He seemed to be looking at nothing. A ghost. Are you alright? You look spooked. I'm not spooked. The fact that he just kept his eyes fixated on that space behind Salem as he knelt out of sight just fueled more of your curiosity. What, it can bro summon the ghosts of the dead? Make you see your ghosts of the past?
No, nothing's wrong.
Must be the alcohol.
Yeah. Damn alcohol. Nothing's wrong. I'm just dealing with some smart-mouthed bastard and a crazy old drunk.
You were seated at the far end watching the exchange go down. Did you miss something? He was so angry just a minute ago. And now the old man immediately turned quiet. Salem seemed to have no malice or resentment in his expression. Despite being cursed and sworn at, he just smiled back at Yvonne, going back to that light-hearted tone he kept in the beginning. No harm done. Just a light-hearted debate. The fight died down, and it looked like Yvonne's fiery and opinionated demeanor backtracked into meek apologies and quiet frustration. You saw him stiffen up, biting back the words he was ready to hurl at Salem. Was there anybody else that found it weird he just stopped like that? His drink mate was too tired to care. Oh my god, this person's the... Chat, I'm a streamer, and I don't even do this, but do you do that? I heard this is a thing with the younger kids. Like, when you talk to yourself, you refer to them as, like, chat and shit. Like, you're like, y'all, like, you're talking in your head, and you're like, y'all think about this sometimes? And then you respond to yourself. Do you do that? I don't do that. I'm a streamer, and I don't do that. Usually, I just think it, but I heard that's, like, a really popular thing. Like, talking to yourself and stuff like that, and calling and, like, being like, chat, y'all, like, in, like, a they kind of way. I never heard of that. We voices in your head? No, your text in my head. Is there anybody else that found it weird? Okay. Drinkmate was too tired to care. I don't do that in public, but but you do it in your head? On the other hand, Larry's eyes were fighting to stay open. From the sheer amount of shots he had taken, it was a wonder he kept himself upright. He looked like he was about to be plastered onto the bar counter, and that was probably the bartender's cue to call a cab. Text in your head is a new one. Nope, I only do that in my head. But you do... No. So, like, I'll throw thoughts at myself in my head, but I know it's me. So it'll be like, what should I get for breakfast today? I like a breakfast sandwich. Maybe I should stick with the fruit. Fruit's got fiber, but man, do I want some bacon. You know, like, I'll do that in my head. But, like, some people are, like, in your head, y'all, what should I eat for breakfast today? Oh, like, you should get this. Like, kind of like voices. But you're making them up yourself. It's not like real voices. But they'll be like, chat, what should I eat today? And it's like, just themselves. Yeah. You know? I don't have those voices. Sure, pal. Sure, buddy. As long as the thoughts are still in your voice, you should be fine. If the voice in your head responds to a different voice, be a bit of concern. Yeah, that's when you gotta worry, right? Looked like he was about to be plastered onto the bar counter. That was probably the bartender's cue to call a cab. He hadn't uttered a word, but for some reason now, it felt like you were responsible for seeing these two old men off as well, even if one of them had cussed Salem out like that. I wonder how it must have felt trying to care for customers like that. You could see Salem go around the counter and help them to the entrance. First was the sleepy one, Larry. Coaxing him out of his slumber wasn't really a problem. It's getting him up and into the entrance that was the problem. He looked like a newborn deer trying to get up on a shaky stilts that barely functioned due to the alcohol. He tried to get his footing on his own, but it was clear that he needed some help. Help him? What the hell? Help bro out, man. Help Salem. No matter what Salem said, the only response he'd get back would be a couple muffled grunts and some nodding. Trying to keep Larry awake and conscious with some questions while having his whole body weight against him seemed to wear Salem down. He wondered if your help would do anything. There's no time like the present. You hesitated a bit, but you went to him. Guess there's no time like the present to say hi to an old friend. Doesn't look like you noticed yet, operating like it was just any other day helping a drunk customer out of the bar, when a set of footsteps began to make their way to him. Bald! Bald! Look, it's chat! You bald 40-year-old man. I know what you are, you chat. I know what you are, YouTube. I know what you are. This is you! You're the bald old man getting drunk at the bar, staring at this handsome young lad. Draping the drunk old man's arm across your shoulder and leaning, except for Mikey, of course. I've seen Mikey's long hair. It's luxurious. And leaning a bit of his weight on yourself came as a surprise to Salem. That or maybe the very sight of you unexpectedly appearing out of nowhere after 2 years made him look like that. You didn't have much time to really notice how much he's changed. But now that he's in front of you, you could tell. He looked different from the last time you saw him. Like the sections of hair that were dyed silver to frame his face, or those piercings and just how tall he stood compared to the last time. And if it wasn't for the silence he was giving you, you would have considered his demeanor to be more outgoing, much more outspoken. Love the rings, by the way. I love the black rings. I want to get some myself. The earring's nice too. The little, like, kind of half moon, kind of crescent moon. It's cool. I'm not usually a fan of spacers just because they're stinky. Trust me, you're like, stinkers are cool? Or, stinkers, spacers are cool? Man, I don't know, man. I knew someone who would clean that shit every day, and it still was a little stinky. I don't know, man. It was weird. Like, it radiated. Like, this is so mean to that person, but I don't know them anymore. I knew them in high school, and they used to give hugs, and it was, bro, he was stinky. Like, I don't know how to explain it, okay? I don't think it's the same for everyone, but I just... Nah. If it wasn't for the silence he was giving you, you would have considered his demeanor to be more outgoing, much more outspoken. What would you say in a situation like this? To be fair, some people like the stink, man. Some people be like that picture of Superman sniffing up the green stank, okay? Some people like... Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, some people like the stank, you know? So, if you like it, all the power to you, man. What would you say in a situation like this? Clears your throat before you turn once more to your old friend. Need some help? Nice green eyes, too. Yeah, you always a long piece below the crest is part of it. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I assume it's a part of the earring, I assume. But maybe not. The forward momentum of him walking with Larry stopped in its tracks. Maybe he needed a minute. His green eyes sat atop the dark circles he's had since he was a kid, flickering from Larry and back to you multiple times. For a second, it looked like he was debating what to say. What are you doing here? Salem, I saw the cab out front. Did you need help? Is it too blacked out? Looks like he was saved by the bell in a way. There was someone aside from Salem that worked at the bar after all. The waitress came from the back door, wafting in a fruity watermelon smell, clutching the vape and a box in her other arm. Setting down the box, she scurried over to your side, assuring that you didn't need to lift a finger. She took your spot beside Salem. Oh, I am so sorry. Let me help you with that. Rude. I was helping with that. With the help of the waitress, Larry was safely ushered from the bars of the cab. Didn't run so smoothly when it came to Yvonne. Now that there was another employee, he took it as the perfect time to complain about the smart-mouthed bartender. From the words you could decipher from Yvonne's rambling, all you heard was that Sweet Woodruff Bar had lost a patron. Yvonne's complaints about him were harsh and a bit winded. Things like bastard, bartender, and devil worshipper were carelessly thrown about to demean Salem. This caused Salem and his co-worker, presumably the boss, to have a talk outside the bar for a bit. You were left alone now, with some time to sit in the aftermath of this tense conversation you didn't expect to witness tonight. You had some time to collect your thoughts. That was interesting. Has the slow, mundane routines of adulthood got you a bit grateful you were able to witness a bit of spice? Maybe. You didn't expect to be surprised on a slow day at the bar, but I don't know. It's like a day every day, man. Just the other day, there was a guy at the fucking phone store freaking out. I went to the mall, just heard a guy freaking out. $300 for this piece of shit? Brother, I get like spice every day of my life. Which I thought was extremely funny, because if you're paying for a smartphone for $300, yeah, it's gonna be a piece of shit. Do you know how much a smartphone costs in Canada? A lot more than $300. That's like the cheapest you could probably go. I laughed so hard. I was like, what the fuck? Chill out, buddy. Music is good? I know, I love it. It's very calming, relaxing. Chat, do you guys see a little bit of spice in your life all the time? I see it all the time, bro. I'm a cook, though, so I hear it, too. Oh, God. The slow, mundane routines of adulthood got you a bit grateful. You were able to witness a bit of spice. Maybe. Didn't expect to be surprised on a slow day at the bar, but there he was. Your shadow that stuck around you like glue. Your source of pain and entertainment when you guys were kids. Never failed to elicit reactions out of you or other people around him when he voiced himself. Whether it was for good or bad, he still didn't stop that habit. Guess that some things never changed. Kinda makes you forget that you haven't spoken to each other in years. Was it a good idea to wait around and get a drink after all that? Your brother did volunteer to pay for the drinks tonight, but that meant having to go through all that awkward, dreaded small talk with Salem. Too used to Android to be able to handle the iPhone user interface. Even an Android's usually pretty expensive nowadays. Usually they're still pretty pricey. Now, of course, phone plans, you usually don't have to buy your phone outright nowadays. Usually nowadays it's like, pay like an extra 10 or 20 bucks on top of your phone plan a month. But still like, over the course of like 2 years. So usually it's still quite pricey. Your brother did volunteer, okay. Awkward, dreaded small talk with Salem. Should you just head home? By the way, I haven't used an iPhone since I had the original iPhone 1. That was something I got really cheap, and then I finally got into Androids. I used a Sony phone for the longest time. I really loved the Sony Xperia. All my childhood, all my teenage years, My childhood is my teenage years. And then I moved to Google Pixel. Love Google Pixel, man. It's the go. What spice? Gossip from customer? Just a pun as in spices. It was like spice because we saw them almost fight. You know, we almost saw some customers fight. So spice in your life, you know. Hi, Sammy. Wait, head back home? What the hell? Okay, I guess we're gonna have to replay this a little bit, but no, we're gonna wait for Salem. Yeah. Decided that there was no avoiding it now. It would be weird if you just walked out without saying hello. Yeah, exactly. Even if they're making you wait awkwardly. Terrible service, by the way. Don't do that. If you're working at a bar or restaurant, whatever, you gotta discipline somebody, like an employee. You wait until the end of the shift, okay? You do not do it while customers are waiting. Should you casually brush off the entire quarrel or just address it after an awkward conversation? There's no time to think as you hear the exhaustive sigh of the man who trucked the snow off his boots and made his way to the counter. You could see the unimpressed stare of the waitress from behind him, uttering some grievances about how Salem was added to yet another list of complaints about the bar. So what? He'll come back next week and we'll act like it never happened. Just don't do it again, Salem. You know how these old folks are about this. The way the waitress said it felt like it wasn't the first time she had this talk with them. Both she and you you knew that him expressing his opinions wasn't going to stop anytime soon. And it sure wasn't going to stop for the comfort of other people. Felt like a slap on the wrist for the way he was being reprimanded. She seemed to have noticed you listening in on the conversation, and she stopped in front of you. I hope you haven't been waiting long. Couldn't find images. Oh, that's sad. The bartender just loves to chat and talk to people. You know how it is. It was Salem's own brand of talking, riling them up and pissing them off. This is a demo, like an alpha, I think, or beta, whatever. It's not complete, okay? So we'll play the game in the future again, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the writing alone. It's really good. Making up for that. My imagination going wild. He'll be right with you, dear. I hope you'll spare us the bad review when you leave. Haha, don't worry about it. Writing a review on the bartender and the lack of service wasn't really worth the effort, nor the consequences. Yes, usually that means they are planning on it. She appreciated your understanding and immediately went to resuming what she was doing in the back. At the corner of your eye, you could see Salem lug his way around the counter to your spot. Couldn't tell if it was the fatigue or disdain, but your old friend's smug and sarcastic demeanor changed to annoyance. Honestly, seeing him like this was more like the Salem you used to remember. Grumpy. And if it wasn't for him being reprimanded that first time, you had a feeling you'd be getting a different greeting than the friendly one he was obligated to give you. Sorry. I didn't see you there. It's usually dead around the weekdays in a small town, so I don't expect anybody to come in. Wasn't wrong. Aside from you and the old men at the bar, not a single person had stepped in within the past hour. Well, now I'm coming inside. To the bar. I didn't expect anybody to help me out back there, so I do appreciate it. I'll turn it down a little bit. Honestly, you just... Okay, that one guitar. What the hell, man? I'm trying to turn down the volume. Honestly, you really just wanted an excuse to get off that chair and give him a greeting. Maybe now that the two of you are talking, you get the chance to catch up with him. It's no problem. Anyways, welcome to Sweetwood Rough Bar, stranger. Your whole spiel died in your throat as he threw out that comment. He's sort of expecting an awkward, hey, long time no see sort of conversation. It goes a bit casual and friendly, but he goes and pulls a fast one on you. It's getting pretty late. I had nowhere else to be, stranger. Hello? Didn't he just acknowledge you earlier on? He takes in your bewildered expression before chuckling. He sets down the glass in the bar and looks at you once again. Doesn't look like he's stopping the facade anytime soon. Now you gotta play with it. Now you gotta play with him, man. What will it be? Play along. You gotta play along. You have to. Play along, baby. Now it's whoever breaks first. Oh, you got it. He wanted you to play along, even if it was a bit silly. You didn't see the harm in trying. My order? Well, stranger, I'm a bit indecisive. Your immediate cooperation seemed to lift up his sarcasm at least. Indecisive. Don't worry, I'll give you some more time then. You could see how he rested against the counter behind him, observing your every move. Drinks, food. You glanced at him periodically, kept his unwavering gaze on you. It was hard to concentrate when he was staring like that. What was he thinking? Sure, the facade of being strangers was fun, but you genuinely wondered how he was. You wondered how he'd been, what he's been up to, how was his life? After all, it's been so long. Bro, this is a bar. At least get a fucking drink before you ask these questions. You're sure taking your sweet time. Still indecisive? I should have named chat peanuts Rizless. Rizless? Useless? Crap, time to think about something else. You're so caught up in your own thoughts you didn't notice he was waiting. Clock? You had a response in your head that was bound to make Salem grin. If you were gonna pretend, you might as well go all in, but it was stupid. So stupid. I was thinking of asking the ghost across the counter what I should pick. You want to say something to him? To your satisfaction, he chuckled. He also gestured with his arms to the spot where Yvonne had been staring. Honestly, it was a bit unnerving that Salem was going along with it. After all, he did in fact believe in ghosts. You can go ahead, but he's shy. Somehow you found yourself turning to the empty spot, readying to talk to the air. You come here often? I was just wondering if you'd help me out. Any suggestions on drinks? It was dumb. You turned to see Salem, mildly amused by your communication with the spirits. Do you hear him? Unfortunately, no. Okay. I just talked to him. Yeah? What did he say? He's asking if you're willing to try anything. I'm feeling adventurous. I'm down ready then. Don't come in my drink, you motherfucker. No, Sammy! Put it down. Put that smirk down. Put that lip bite down. You could see Salem's smirk widen. Maybe you'd regret saying that as soon as he begun to pour. He sat there watching as he went to work on the drink. Imagine he just puts a whiskey double down. Poured gin, rum, and vodka. Ooh, okay. Poured a lot of them into it. Some shaved ice, some flavored cane syrup, a bit of honey, and some spice. Hell if you know what he was doing. Was that even a real drink? Feel your stomach churn. Maybe you'd regret agreeing to the drink. No, it's got rum. It's good, bro. The bright amber color soon filled the glass to the brim. The strong, pungent smell of the three spirits mixed together filled your nostrils. Slid it over to you. For you. Yes, drink it. Something wrong? Are you already flaking out on me, Clock? No, down the hatch. Down the hatch. You looked at it. You had second thoughts about it, but you were gonna back down now. Grabbing the glass, you raised it to your bartender and chugged it down. Hell yeah. Would this be weird to do to an actual stranger? A little bit. 90% chance they don't play along. His taunting expression turned into amusement as he watched you drink the cocktail. That was a strong drink. Feel the burn from the alcohol from your throat down to your stomach as it settled. Firmly set down the glass on the counter, finishing up the drink. Salem's surprised. You finished it all in a matter of a few seconds. Was that a good idea? No. But you did you stick to your word? Yes. Clock. How was it? Was it good? Tastes like alcohol. That was gross. Got any seconds? Well, it's not on me, so got any seconds? He raised his brows, assessing your state after just chugging down a strong drink like that. For you. I'll give you as much as you can handle. But as your responsible bartender, I should advise you to wait a bit before I give you another one of those drinks. Unless you want to be blacked out. You agreed with Salem. You probably needed to pace yourself. Unless you wanted to end up like the two old men earlier on. Hell yeah, I ain't paying. The drink had an overwhelming bitterness to it. with a hint of sugarcane, some honey, and that strong burning sensation in your throat. Oh yeah, we got the rum, the vodka, the gin. Man, that's a big boy drink. You can feel it settle within your stomach. At least it did the trick for your nerves. Strong sense of courage, or rather the lack of fear, began to course through your veins, making it easier to relax. When you said you were down for anything, you really meant it. I didn't expect you to chug it all down. You must have a great tolerance, or you really don't care about the consequences. Aside from a headache, I'm sure I'll be okay. Besides, I couldn't waste your efforts. Made my night with how grossly sweet you've been getting. Was that true? You hope the alcohol wasn't making you run your mouth. Come on, that's what it takes to ease the tension. I don't mind that much. The fact that you addressed it made him realize what kind of tension you were talking about. He chuckled before he leaned in once more. Being a fool and chugging the drink for my sake is easing plenty of the tension. There it is again, the snarkiness. However, he wasn't wrong. That was a dumb move to have chugged it at all. But you got ahead of yourself. No, it's not. Jesus, how much of a lightweight am I? Didn't take too long for you to feel the strong mixture circulate through your body. Felt a little bit dizzy, but you tried to shake it off. Thanks to the alcohol, whatever nerves or anxiety you had earlier was soon replaced by a bubbling feeling of curiosity. Soon your filter began to disappear. So, is the alcohol doing the trick? You feeling it now? Yeah. Dizzy. Nauseous. If you had to be honest, you were a bit of both. Maybe the room also begun to spin a bit, but why not head home then? You just shook your head. You ready to ask him all sorts of questions on your mind. The usual things you want to know from an old friend you haven't seen in years. Just want to catch up and talk like we used to. How's life? Hick, anything new? His eyes trailed off, contemplating lightly on the topic. It seemed that his vacant gaze soon morphed into contempt for your questions. Is that what you want to do now? Catch up? Yeah, don't you? It's been so long. If you had to guess, his answer probably would have been a no. But that wasn't going to stop you from being so curious, you drunk bastard. One drink. One glass. I don't even know girls that get drunk that fast, chat. How it's usually been. Nothing's new. Nothing new. Despite his reluctance, he answered briefly. For some reason, you couldn't believe it. Was it true? Were you too caught up to notice how withdrawn he was getting? Nothing new. Come on, I didn't know you worked at a bar. It's pretty cool. Is it now? His initial facade had begun to fade. The way he's been acted tonight, you sort of expected a joke or another punchline to hit, but he remained quiet. So you still have your other job, working at the mortuary with your mother? Yep. That's pretty nice. How about your mom? How is she? She's still the same as before. That's nice. I'm feeling some deep-seated resentment. You tried your best to come up with another question to ask him, but while you did, you couldn't help notice his contempt. I'm not gonna lie. The trope of, like, you left me is getting a little old, man. Come on. I know it's such a trope in fanfic, but in real life, that's just what happens. You leave high school, motherfuckers. Trust me. 90% of your group is gone, okay? It's not like that. And if you're a guy, it's like even more so like you don't give a fuck. Guys do not do this, man. Guys see their friends once every 3 years to get a drink at the bar or go to the movies for like an hour. Catch up on small talk by saying, "Hey man, what's up?" "Nothing much." "Yeah!" And that's it. And they're happy. And they're like, "You're my best bud, man. I love you." Like, Clogg's not. I know I'm not, man. I do it every 3 years. to be fair, I keep in touch with a lot of closer friends, but I'm just saying. It's such a trope, the whole, you left me. Tried your best to come up with another question to ask him, but while you did, you couldn't help but notice his contempt, the way he seemed so closed off, how distant and short his answers were getting. How about working at the bar? Must be pretty interesting. Nope. Most nights are long. So was tonight one of those shorter nights? Maybe. What about that argument back there about ghosts? Fighting with old men? Pissing people off? That's just the usual. The arguments get stale. Especially with the old folks. They're stuck in their beliefs. So it's the same conversations we get. Over and over again. This isn't the first or the last time something like this is gonna happen. Aside from that, it's mostly the same. Well, at least you got a new job aside from the mortuary. Must be being out of the graveyard for a bit. Yeah, it's a change of scenery. Everything must be nice when you're this tipsy. Could have just sworn you asked him some pretty normal questions. Ones that you were genuinely curious about. Didn't make any sense as to why he was acting so closed off. Remaining that way, Salem couldn't help but sigh. Felt like the conversation was dragging and the remarks didn't seem to help. Still, you continue to press on with the questions. See, I'm the type of idiot, I'd be like, what's the fucking problem, man? What's your fucking deal? Don't make this awkward, man. Don't do this to me. Let's argument right here, right now. But I ain't fucking pussyfooting around this shit, man. Like I'm like, there's something wrong here. What's your deal? Who put their stick up their ass? Okay, come on now. Still, we continue to press on with the questions. Anything else happened? Wait. Not really. No. You're running out of questions, or maybe enthusiasm for the conversation now. Salem wasn't engaged at all. So, nothing's really changed, huh? Yep. What was a conversation without a little reciprocation? At least a small amount of enthusiasm. Talking to Salem was like pulling teeth. Well, I do say, like, maybe you could have said, like, it's really nice to see you. I'm glad, like, that you're okay, you know. I missed you, you know. You could say something nice, too. Come on, at least give me something to work with over here. Now, this is a little rude. I don't know what you want me to say, Clock. Life's been boring. Just as it was, and always will be. Always will be? Such a cynical thing to say. That didn't sound like the crazy thrill-seeking kid you used to know. Well... Stop talking to me!
This is Josh.
Oh, but that's so...
Can you say my name again?
bad. Well, it is what it is. Can you say my name again? Get the hell out of here, Static Man! I just work some more, and drink. Nothing else worth mentioning. Sounded like he gave up in a way. Like nothing in his life was worth sharing, or maybe you just weren't worth telling. I'm getting drunk. His body's changing. Why did that bother you so much? That alcohol didn't seem to help either, and it made your stomach churn. Honestly, I don't even know why you bothered coming back to this dying town. Not much to do but drink. Dying town? Sure, there wasn't much to look forward to in St. Rose as far as atmosphere and attractions, but boring was the last thing you could think of when you would describe the place. And what did I do to him in the past? That's what I'm thinking. Leaving town really ruined his life for him, I guess, for me. Okay. Despite the monotony of small town life, you knew that it was the people that made it interesting. Yeah! Salem for you was a part of what it made it that way. Whether it was small town quarrels or crazy adventures that he dragged you and Kramer on, it was never a dull moment when he was around. Yo, can I get a hydrate check, by the way? Everybody sip up. Hell yeah. But if you were to ask him how he felt about St. Rose and the experiences he's had, he'd probably tell you about how run down and old this place is, plotting his own escape away from this torturous prison. There's a wonder Salem stuck around this town for as long as he did, given how much he hates this place. Well, it's probably his mom, right? You mentioned he works with his mom. Already his wits' end with the quarrels, disagreements, and now being forced to have a reunion with his old childhood friend. It's no wonder he was exhausted. Don't you think these talks are getting old, Clock? It's just the same stuff we've been hashing over and over again. You ask me how life is when we run into each other. I tell you it's fine. You tell me about your great life in the city. Then we go our separate ways. Can we cut it short? Just skip to the part where it ends. Ouch. That hurt. He always had a way with words. Always hitting you where it hurt with a hint of truth. It was what he did best. Because of this, his words always struck hard. There goes the whole idea of a friendly reunion. Sammy's crying. Sure, if that's what you want, we can do that. Jesus fucking Christ, man. People like this. You know, we'll overlook it because you're hot, bro. But, like, come on. I mean, we don't even have to have small talk. We know each other. Good. Anyways, it was a nice talk. Just like it's always been. He held out his hand for you. I guess this isn't the first time we've seen him. Refuse? No, we'll touch his hand, I guess. Like it's always been. Yeah, what the fuck? His large hand enveloped your own in the handshake. Rude AF. Felt like you were holding ice with how frigid his hands were. Come to think of it, when was the last time you shook hands like this? His eyes seemed to meet yours, lingering for a bit. As much as it hurt, you knew you were both mature and respectful adults. Yeah, we just needed to touch tips. You're right, Mikey. You'd end the night on a mellow note despite feeling pretty rejected. Yeah. It was nice to see you after so long. Salem glanced at you. He noticed the way your enthusiasm faded. Clearly it was hard for him to face how upset he's been making you. But what did you expect anyways? It's been the same old winded conversation about how's life's been, how work has been, for a really long time. There's nothing new. From long late night conversations to barely tolerating each other at the bar. Sort of sad to see how the neglect caused the relationship to deteriorate before your eyes. Speaking of which, the nausea hit you hard. It felt like the world was spinning with each step you took. Words are coming off the screen, man. Ugh. Damn that drink. Clock. You heard Salem call out to you. If anything, Salem in a way was right about the friendship. It was barely a friendship. Just two people that meet once a year to talk about the same old things. What, I see this guy once a year and he's upset? Fuck you. Oh my god. I've never met a man to do this. Okay. I gotta stop. I forgot. This is a romance. Okay. Sorry, my bad. You absent-mindedly grabbed the coat hung on the hanger near the door, stumbling your way to it. Pubweiser. Budweiser. The truth was, you both grew apart, and it stung. Clock, you're not driving, are you? I don't see any other car out there. You're too deep in your head to notice him tail your way to the door. Clock. Ugh, can you please? Can you just wait a second? Whether it was the alcohol or your racing thoughts, your heart was beating faster. It was so much closer now. You felt the proximity close in to the both of you. Suddenly, it felt like his grip on your arm had tensed. Yeah, I really do like his earrings. Reminds me of those Japanese ones. can't. I mean, you're not walking back home like that. You don't got a car. The bar is like a 15-minute walk from here. I'll be fine. No. Hand me the phone. Let me call Kramer.
Not.
I mean, Kramer's already on his way. Give him the phone. You fished the phone out of your coat pocket. It was hot to the touch. I mean, he's driving, man. Kramer. Yeah, he's here. Wait. I have to wait. I clicked. This is all one thing. Yeah, he's here. Don't bother. He needs to get back home. He glanced over at you, giving some distance between you and the conversation the two were having. I know, man! Okay, I know. Look. I really appreciate when they do the he-him, like, option, and, you know, it's really nice. But if I'm being honest, I think some games should just stay an Otome game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. But at the same time, I'll always say this. Like, I don't think... If you want to write it as a girl, then just do that. Like, I think it's more fun. Because it just... Well, I don't know. I always have fun. To be fair, I just make fun of it. I just have fun with it. Like, yeah, I'm a 5 foot tall king, okay? I'm a king. I'm a 5 foot tall short king. Leave me alone. And I'm weak. And I'm dainty. And I'm princess boy, okay? Leave me alone. You know, I like to have fun with it. But at the same time, like, someone on Twitter talked about it too. You know, because Otome games, at the end of the day, like, these dating sims are usually made by women for women, you know? So, you know, and I know that there's a lot of women who do really enjoy a yaoi, you know, boys love. So sometimes even women will want the he-him option, right? But, you know, I also understand that a creator has a creative vision, you know? And very clearly, it feels like I'm very clearly playing a small, dainty lady, talking to a strong, big, a tall man, you know, kind of thing. So I wouldn't mind it if they had just made it like her, like her only, you know. It wouldn't be the end of the world. But it's fine, because I have fun with it. You know, I'm not criticizing or anything like that. I'm just letting you know, like, do what you want. You know, you don't have to bend the knee to the audience, you know. He's fine. As fine as a drunk person is. Did you make him walk or something? Why did he come without the car? Could you just come over here and pick him up? He's out of it. He can't make it back. Yes. No, I'm not gonna do that. Get your ass over here and get your brother. 2 minutes. I think I see you. His boots made his way back to the spot you situated your drunk self on. With your eyes closed and barely hanging on to conscious, you hear his voice. If they don't do it, they get criticized? No, but I think there is some... I think it's like almost 100% that you'll see a comment in your comment section saying, like, can you add, like gender options? You know, stuff like that. And I do think at the end of the day, an author should be able to do what they want, you know, write the story they want. So, you know, if they want to make it for all genders like this, you know, clearly they did it, so they must want to. It just reads kind of funny, you know, is all I'm saying. But I'm having fun with it. I'm a 5 foot short king. They're out there, okay? It's all good. Clock. Kramer should be on his way. Are you out? I'm barely awake. I'm out. This is what happens when you drink too fast. Jeez. He's almost here. Don't fall asleep yet. Can you at least get up? I need some help. I can do it myself. No, have some self-respect. Your limbs felt like lead. Your head was heavy, but you managed to muster some strength to stand. You heard the sound of a loud engine revving up in the parking lot just outside the bar. That must be your ride. The sound of the bar doors swung open, bringing in a chilly draft. You're flickering in and out of consciousness after a brief talk between Salem and Kramer. Hey, oh, Salem. What did I miss? Damn, Clock, you're out. What did you do? Something stupid. Well, at least one of us had a good time drinking. Did you fill up that tab like you wanted to, brother? Kramer, he's drunk. Take him back home now. So I take it you had a good time catching up. What? Don't give me that look. Just didn't have time to tell you he was coming back. Happy? It's like a mini reunion between the two of you. The only thing I'll be happy about is when you two finally get out. Yeah, alright, Mr. Moody. We're on our way. Damn. Before you knew it, you were seated in the passenger side of Kramer's car. The engine began to rev up, and you felt the movement of the car as you both head back home. Oh, okay then. Yo, Gigglebox, what's up? Yeah, I think we're towards the end of the visual novel. Clock. Why did you do that? Why didn't you help them? Clock. You're scared. Clock. What? Just embrace it. You miss them. Don't you? The voices! Ending 1. Going back drunk. Okay, so we're gonna keep replaying, by the way. End of demo. Hello, it's the creator of Saltwater. Thank you so much for playing this demo. It's a labor of love. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this. Haha. More updates to come. I don't know when this took a long time to make, but we'll keep you updated on this. Exit the game? No, I'm sticking around, man. Let's get some other endings, bro. I think there's must be a couple. At least 2 endings, right? There must be at least 2. So let's go back to the start. Let's try a couple things. Must be a couple things. Let's like leave the bar, you know? Yeah. Insist that's him, apologize. Maybe he really did give you the wrong number. Kramer's been known to play stupid pranks like this. Couldn't help but feel a little bit pissed that he did that since you two were gonna hang out this evening. Sorry. Must have gotten the wrong number. Okay, skip. We're gonna be hitting the skip button, by the way. Do it out of spite. Fine, I'm going inside. I'm not gonna be happy about it. Great. Drinks and whatever else you buy is on me. Alright. I'm buying out the entire bar. Ha! If you can even handle that much alcohol, Clock. Maybe I'll just make some nice conversation with the locals and tell them their drinks and their food is on me. Just out of spite, eh? Exactly out of spite, brother. Guess I deserve it for running late? Yeah, you do. And the last thing I know you'd never do is apologize for it. At least have some mercy on my wallet. So are you gonna apologize or not? So, anyways, I'll just... Okay, skip. Oh, this time I had to go to the bar. Wait. Okay, I actually... Well, there was an option to, like, leave. Take a seat. Oh, wait. This time I take a seat. Okay, I'm gonna hit skip, though. They have that shit. I'm not gonna help him this time. No helping. Knew Salem was capable of handling it. After all, it was his job. Just adjusted yourself back onto the bar stool you've been seated on for the past half hour. From across the room, He didn't look at us for a half an hour? This is some crazy writing, bro. Bartender just ignored everybody else just ignored me for half an hour. Didn't hear the door. Didn't notice the dude just sitting there across the bar staring at him. That's crazy. Bro, bartenders are like... Dude, they like see shit out of the corner of their eye. They know. From across the room, you could hear Salem tell the old two men he's calling a cab. No matter what Salem said, the only response he'd get back would be a couple muffled grunts and some nodding. Trying to keep Larry awake and conscious with some questions while having the old man's whole body weight against him seemed to wear Salem down. Now with an eye shot, he noticed another patron seated at the bar. He's too caught up with Larry to really see you, but he was writing an apologetic spiel before he realized it was you. From across the bar, Salem seemed to stop dead in his tracks, caught like a deer in the headlights, with how you suddenly spawned out of nowhere on this bar stool. You had a better sight of him, too. He looked different from that last time you saw him. I can't skip this. Like the sections of hair that were dyed silver to frame his face, where those piercings are just how tall he stood compared to the last time. If it wasn't for the silence he was giving you, you would have considered his demeanor to be more outgoing, much more outspoken. What would you say in a situation like this? He's caught a bit speechless before he could open his mouth. Salem, I saw the cabs out front, and dude blacked out. Wait, his face. My boss is here. Yeah, Yvonne is over at the bar. Okay, this is still the same. It's not letting me skip, but it's still the same. Now I can skip. Okay, skip. That was awkward. If you had to be honest, it was a bit awkward to have caught him at a time like this. Maybe part of you regrets ever eavesdropping on their whole dispute in the first place. Yo, get me the hydrate, the stretch, and the posture check, chat. Sip up, stretch. Yo, get a stretch check in, chat. Helicopter that dick for me. You don't got one of those? I don't know. Do your boobs. I don't know, man. Do your head, do your boobs, do your butt. I don't care. Get a stretch in, okay? Be healthy. And make sure to finish it off with some good posture, okay? Sitting up straight. If you're laying down, get that neck rested. Get it supported, okay? Get that pillow under your neck. Okay. Get out, but awkwardly turn back to your spot at the bar. Pretending that you didn't just witness an entire argument. Drink your goddamn water, chat. Stop. Stop throwing shit at me. You guess that some things never changed. Skip. Let's just head back home. Let's try heading back home this time. Well, I'm going to save because this is like different, this route that we're doing. But yeah, let's just head back home. Part of you felt bad for trying to leave without saying a proper greeting to Salem. But after all that, you thought you were just better off just leaving it at that. Gathering your wallet, keys, and your coat at the hangar, you headed to the door. You wish you didn't have to pass by them to get home. Assuming he's gonna be right there. Oh, I have to open it? Okay. Hello! Oh, hey, there is a model drawn for the lady. Hey, Nellie's there. I see a Nellie. But I guess there's like not... I guess this is the only thing we have of Nellie right now. Oh, hello, sweetie. Well, if it wasn't obvious that you wanted to leave, it sure was now. He smiled sheepishly at the waitress, even if you weren't obligated to. You could tell she was a bit disappointed that you were walking out without ordering anything. I hope you haven't been waiting long. Is that why you're going? I'm sorry about that. The bartender just loves to chat and talk to people. She just had to be all kind and friendly, too. And it made you feel bad. Stepping aside, she referred to the tall, brooding man behind her. Salem. Shit. You bit back any words that showed any indication you knew him while he avoided any eye contact from you. Still trying to formulate the words in your brain while the waitress eagerly awaits your response, managed to utter out something. Yeah. I mean, no. I was gonna go home. But, yeah, I could stay a bit. Great. Take a seat. He'll be on his way. You silently cursed to yourself as you made your way. Why? Why? Why am I so awkward? Me. As you made your way back to the bar stool that you've been seated on for the past hour, you really just wanted to go back home. He'll be right with you, dear. I hope you spare us the bad review when you leave. Don't worry about it. I'm a loser. I write Google reviews on every restaurant I go to. No. I've actually, no. I would not ever do that. Okay, I can't skip it. She appreciated your understanding and immediately went to resuming what she was doing in the back. Corner of your eye, you could see Salem lug his way around the counter to your spot. Couldn't tell if it was the fatigue or disdain, but your old friend's smug and sarcastic demeanor changed to annoyance. Honestly, seemed like this was more like the Salem you used to remember. Grumpy. If it wasn't for him being reprimanded that first time, you had a feeling you'd be getting a different greeting than the friendly one he was obligated to give you. Took his place. Okay, same thing. Sorry about missing you. Just got a bit caught up in serving. Didn't expect anybody else to enter the bar tonight. We usually don't have any other people enter the bar on the weeknights. So my apologies if I acted like you didn't exist. You did. You did do that. He wasn't wrong. Aside from you and the old man at the bar, not a single person had stepped in within the past hour. It was a long wait, but you were in no rush. Part of you was thankful he didn't just call you out on deciding to leave the bar after serving him. Anyways, welcome to Sweetwood Rough Bar, stranger. Your old spiel died in your throat as he threw out that comment. Okay, I'm gonna hit skip. Didn't he just acknowledge you earlier on? Takes in your bewildered expression before chuckling, sets down the glass in the bar and looks at you once again. Doesn't look like he's stopping the facade anytime soon. What will it be? What will it be? So we played along last time. Let's not play along this time. What? I'm not a stranger. You knew him. He knew you. Wasn't he going to acknowledge that it's been so long since the two of you seen each other? Didn't we say we saw each other every year? A little inconsistent right now. It was saying earlier we see each other every year and we see each other pretty often, but we always do the spiel of like, how's it hanging? How's life been? And he's like upset about it. But now it's like that's why I was so confused, because it was like, at the same time, it's like, no, it has been a long time. I don't know, man. Must have seen each other in passing like a few times at least, I guess. Or is this his way of brushing off any sort of obligatory introduction? Ignoring your own confusion, he continues to smile behind the counter, resorting back to that old customer service facade he's been keeping since the beginning. Lighten up. Don't look so confused. I just want to know your order. Great, he's playing dumb. Stranger, it's me, Clock. It's me, Clock. Remember? Clock. Clock? Clock. What a beautiful name, but it doesn't ring a bell. What do you mean? We knew each other since we were kids. We used to come over to your house and play around the cemetery. You could see the smirk on his face shift as he pretended to think long and hard about whether you were familiar or not. If you had $1 for every time someone you knew treated you like a stranger, you'd have 2. Why did you even bother asking that? Now he was just pulling your leg. If you were going to set aside the formalities, you might as well be honest with him. Don't we know each other? We've known each other since we were kids. Why was he trying to get you to play along? You didn't get it. Stranger. And an eavesdropper, huh? You must have been really good at blending in with the background, because I didn't notice a thing. Hope the idea of ghosts and spirits didn't make you too uncomfortable. Just disregarded everything you said and called you out on being nosy. Your cheeks burned with shame as you looked away. Rest assured, eavesdropper, I'm fully capable of handling situations like these. Like how I'm perfectly capable to serve drinks. So, what can I get for you? Refuse to play along, I guess. Well, we've committed, chat. I've committed. You're still stubborn and annoyed by his childish antics now. You just sat back in mild frustration, where Salem tried to get your attention once more. Despite being as stubborn as you were, Salem kept his composure, still keeping up his little act. Why aren't you saying anything, eavesdropping stranger? Aren't you here for a drink, or are you here to argue a bit more with me? What's the point? You're just gonna keep trying to make me play along. That's strange. Could have sworn I was just asking for your order. Yeah, I know. Clock is a weird guy. Should have been Peanuts. Strange? The only strange thing about this is the 2 separate conversations we're trying to have. If it makes you uncomfortable, why don't you just play along then? No! No! I'm being an asshole this run! How many times are we gonna have to say it? Probably 100 more times. I would play along with it every time, but I said no. No way in hell, Salem. Why were you even arguing about this in the first place? The more you pushed, the less inclined you were to listen. Somewhere down the line, we're a brat in this run. What the hell? Somewhere down the line, you come to a conclusion that he was so pushy and manipulative when he wanted things his way. On the other hand, you were too stubborn to play along, even if it was just a little pretending. You're frustrated, but a part of you had taken a step back. It was almost comedic how it felt like 2 children trying to fight over who gets control of the conversation. For some reason, he paused a bit, maybe expecting you to crack even the slightest and play along with him. You hoped that this meant you won. Stubborn as hell, aren't you, Clock? Ha! You sighed of relief and maybe a bit of triumph, too. Fights that you won were few and far between when it came to the both of you. Found it funny how you said it, considering he was just as stubborn as you were sometimes. Takes one to know one. Maybe this is the good ending. Cute. Fine. You win. Great. So we can quit. Can we quit this stupid game now? Only because you said so, Clock. I know how stubborn you can get. His admittance to your saying your name meant that it was over, at least for now anyways. Stubborn was right. It's the only way you knew how to maintain your sanity, pushy people like Salem. There's no crack in you, is there? I just didn't see the point in pretending we didn't know each other. We've known each other our whole lives. That look, he's thinking, do I know you, Clock? It's been years. Yeah, you do, man. We haven't changed that much. Shut the fuck up, man. Well, we're practically strangers, Clock. It's been years and we aren't the same people we used to be. I was gonna say the drinks are doing something fucky-wucky right now. As much as you hated to admit it, he was right. So much has changed within the past few years, and somehow you almost forgot that it's been that long. If you want, we can cut the bullcrap. So, what can I get for you? Want to go safe tonight, or are you willing to let the bartender make a drink for you? I'm not feeling adventurous tonight, okay? Because last time I did. We're going to try a couple things, but right now we're kind of an asshole, so let's keep going. I'm not really feeling adventurous tonight. Sorry, nothing too adventurous for me. Despite his disappointment, he never stopped grinning. Decided to play it safe, knowing Salem. He's probably going to give you something very out there to try. Pulled out one of those tropical umbrellas you used for a fruity cocktail and poured it into the glass. Then took out the nozzle from the bar, filling the glass with tap water. Nice. That's what I would drink. Enjoy. I don't drink much, if I'm being honest, chat. Maybe a shot or two. Maybe like a rum on ice. That's about it. That's like, I don't drink much. I'd be like, I'm the type of guy that walks into the bar. Have a nice tall cold glass of milk, please and thank you. Make it chocolate. No. Probably just water. Water, huh? Wouldn't want to risk anything else, you know. It might be too adventurous for you. That's smart ass. Even went as far as to put a green umbrella on top for you. Forced yourself a smile before you took a sip. So much for the bartender's recommendations. This was just Salem being a troll. What's the umbrella for? To make it nice and special. Thanks. Couple minutes passed and you both sat there in silence. Nice. That's a huge glass. That's a big glass. If those are shot glasses, what did he give me? A fucking jug? A water jug? You took a sip of your water. You didn't know what else to say to Salem. You just stood there cleaning things up behind the counter, fixated on shining a glass with a cloth. You'd see him glance up at you periodically. Occasionally catch him staring and he'd just look away just as quick. Couldn't tell what he was thinking. Was he wondering how things were with you, or you sure thought about how he's been? How's the water? Tastes great. Didn't help that you were both quiet. Neither of you had spoken a word in the past couple minutes, and the ice wasn't breaking. Well, yeah, he didn't give you any. It's goddamn fucking lukewarm tap water, man. I love water, but it's gotta be cold, bro. Ice cold. So. You wanted to go home, but as a last-ditch effort to save the awkward tension between the two of you, you decided to ask him questions. How have you been? Where have you gone? What have you been up to nowadays, Cotton Eye Joe? Figured now was the perfect time to just ask him. How's life? Anything new? You guys are nasty! What are you guys talking about? Water is delicious! Cold water, that is. Like, water's not my favorite drink. I'm not insane. But come on, water's not terrible. Especially when it's cold. It's nice. To be fair, I live in Canada, and I've got, really great drinking water up here. But still, I'm sure you could get, a water bottle or something, or purified water. Buy a Brita filter. Soda pop is It's bland. You're drinking lukewarm water, pal. Oh, I love water. It's the baseline of good. Okay, it's the baseline of good is what water is. Refreshing. Hits the spot. His eyes trailed off, contemplating lightly on the topic. It seemed that his vacant gaze soon morphed into contempt for your questions. Is that what you want to do now? Catch up. Was knowing what he was up to a touchy subject for him? Judging by his tone, it seems so. Yeah, don't you? It's been so long. He had to guess his answer, probably would have been a no. Still, with his reluctance, he answered. How it's usually been. Nothing new. Some reason it was hard to believe. I think just stayed the same with him. He's just too caught up to notice how withdrawn he was getting. Well, I didn't know you worked at Sweetwood Rough. That's new. Is it now? Great. Now it feels like I'm just trying to sound nice. Think of something else to talk about. You remember that other job you had? Cemetery where... Okay, this is the same. Yup. That's nice. Yup. Okay. Yeah, I think so. Talking only for the sake of it. Okay, how's your mom? How's she? Same as before. I can't skip, but it's still the same combo. Was it? Was that the only word you could spit out? You tried your best to come up with another question to ask him, but what you did, you couldn't notice couldn't help notice his contempt. The way he seemed so closed off, how distant and short his answers were getting. Salem couldn't help but sigh. Felt like the conversation was dragging. He seemed tired of this and how nice you thought everything was. Anything else happen? Not really, no. Okay. Nothing's really changed. Things just stayed the same for you. I don't know what you want me to say, Clock. Life's been boring. Just as it was and always will be. I believe that's so sad. Well, it is what it is. I just work some more, and drink. Nothing else worth mentioning. So just as sad and annoying when I'm drunk and not drunk. Sounded like he gave up in a way. Like nothing in his life was worth sharing, or maybe you just weren't worth telling. Okay, same things. It's the people that make a town, but he would always think of it as bad. Hated the town, possibly this conversation. Already at his wit's end with the quarrels, complaints, not being forced to have a reunion. It's no wonder he was exhausted. Listen, don't you think these talks are getting old, Clock? It's just the same stuff we've been hashing over and over again. So yeah, it's like we've had this convo with him. Like we've had it with him. We've talked to him before. It hasn't been that long. I tell you it's fine. You tell me how great your life in the city is, and we go our separate ways. Let's cut it short. Let's skip to the part where we finish this long-winded conversation. Okay. Guess that will go an idea of a good reunion in your head. Sure, if that's what you want, we can do that. Good. Anyways, it was a nice talk. Just like it's always been. He held out his hand for you. Yeah, we're gonna refuse his hand. Fuck yourself. Slap it. Lick it. If he was going to brush you off like that, you weren't gonna shake his hand. He refused his hand and withdrew, causing his exhaustion and frustration to falter into a bit of regret. His eyes held that same litless expression. Yeah, it's nice to see you again. Salem glanced at you. He noticed the way your enthusiasm faded. With a heavy sigh, maybe of relief or regret, he looked away. Was this the start of how conversations with Salem were gonna end? Yes. What did you expect anyways? It's been the same old winded conversation about how his life's been and how work has been for a really long time. It's nothing new. From long late night conversations to barely tolerating each other at the bar. Sort of sad to see how the neglect and the passage of time caused the relationship to deteriorate before your eyes. The bar was at an eerie silence now. Quite literally only the two of you were inside. Silence was deafening with the sounds of your footsteps walking over to the door. If anything, Salem in a way was right. Just some exhaustive small talk amongst old friends. If you had to be honest, you could barely define it as a friendship. Just two people that meet once a year to talk about the same old things. You almost forgot you had been there for hours now. With one last glance at Salem, he was already seeing you off. Slipped your coat on and begun to walk to the entrance with your phone buzzing in your pocket. It was hot to the touch. Your phone must have been on for quite a while. Bought those drinks yet? You still at the bar? Hey, your phone's still broken? 7 missed calls. Nearly forgot about Kramer. You had several missed calls from him. I think it was like 6 o'clock. Oh, hey. Hello?
This is Josh.
3%?
Can you say my name again?
Can I say your name again? Fuck off. Hey. What the hell happened? I thought your phone died. Sorry, I left my phone in my coat pocket. Never heard it or felt it go off. You still at the bar? Yeah, I am. I'm like 5 minutes away. You want to go for that drink? Actually, I think I want to head home. Really? Drank too much without me. All you drank was a glass of water in the past 2 hours. Hell, you didn't even need a tab. Couldn't help but glance over your shoulder to see Salem. You certainly weren't going to bring Kramer in after what just happened. Yeah, it's been a long night. I'm a bit tired. But there was luck that Kramer caught wind of your tone, or if he was just as tired, he agreed on your decision to head back. Okay, if that's what you want, let's head home. I'm at the parking lot right now. Thanks. Push open the bar doors to head out to the parking lot. Interesting. As soon as Clock had left the bar accompanied by Kramer, the bar fell into yet another dull silence. It's time to clean up and close. There wasn't much left to clean since it wasn't busy, but he came across the glass and kept a fixed glaze on it. ... This was the glass Clock drank out of. Don't start licking it. Don't start licking and sniffing. As he stood there in the empty bar, his gaze was fixed on it, contemplatively tracing the parts where his lips had drank from. I knew it. I knew it. Welcome back, Clock. Ending 2, contemplative welcome. Okay, okay. End of demo. Okay, stick around. There's got to be one more version of the ending, right? I feel like there's got to be one more version of the ending. Okay. Okay. It does have 3 endings, so let's load up again. Let's load up again. Okay. Let's go back to this one. No. Load, actually. Load this one. Okay. So let's help him. Skip. That was frustrating, maybe? That was frustrating. Jeez, you forgot how chaotic being with Salem was sometimes. The beginning of your vacation away from work turned out to be more stressful than you thought. It's a small town, so seeing him around was unavoidable, including the trouble he'd put himself in. God, the static sound effect. There Salem goes again, just opening his mouth without thinking about the consequences, or not caring to say the least. Guess that some things never changed. Kinda makes you forget that you haven't spoken to each other in years. Okay, skip. I'll wait for Salem. Okay. Okay, I want to save, just because I want to just go to the main menu. Because I need that sound effect to stop, bro. No! It's still going. Okay, well, big rip. Okay, let's... ... question mark? Question mark. Ahem. You're going all quiet on me, stranger. Clearly, you're taking your sweet time. Didn't know whether to laugh, be angry, or to be confused, maybe all of them. All you knew was that you were a bit tongue-tied and you didn't know what to say. With a resigned sigh, you relented a bit. It wasn't as fun if you weren't playing along. You don't seem to be taking any of my hints, Clock. What hints? Just... You know what? Never mind. At least you finally dropped the act. You weren't really in the mood to be pretending tonight. Alright, you win. I don't want you to be any more confused than you already are. What can I get you? Sure, I'm down for anything. Okay. Okay, skip. On second thought, let's get his drink, and on second thought, maybe it wasn't a good idea to drink that. I don't know. I'm really not trying to walk home wasted. Clearly, you underestimate yourself, Clock. Sure, an adult such as yourself can handle a single drink. You're pretty confident in handling your drinks, but you knew your limitations. Plus, that voice at the back of your head was telling you not to drink that. I can handle my drinks, but that looks like a lot. Too much. I can half it for you, or even water it down. It's not that strong. Not strong. If I drank that, I'm sure I'd be feeling something. Strong to you and strong to him were just two different things. Slid the glass to Salem, you had a feeling you'd regret it if you drank it. It was a waste of alcohol, and sure, he was a bit disappointed, but he was more impressed that you were going back on your word. Yeah, not for me tonight. I'm sorry, I can't. It's got boogers in it, doesn't it? No. It's got alcohol. It's got rum, gin, vodka, sugarcane syrup, and I think he said one other thing. You can't, or you won't. Because I get the feeling that it's one more than the other clock. You raised a brow, skeptical of your statement. You leaned back and glanced at the drink, curious to why you changed your mind. Felt like you had to be honest. Aside from it being too strong. I know the way you like to mess with people. I don't want to be the next. His eyes flickered back up to meet yours. Was he offended that you didn't trust him? A little. His gaze trailed to the cocktail, tracing the rim of the glass with his fingertip. Decided to humor your suspicion. That's disappointing coming from my favorite person to mess with. Rolled your eyes as you heard him say that. Why would you make yourself yet another spectacle he could pick at? Just like how he's picking his nose for Sammy. If you don't want the cocktail anymore, I could just pour you some water. Yeah, sure. Wait, what? I didn't say that. I didn't say I wanted the water. Fuck this shit. Okay, take his hand. Let's see what happens. With some finality and acceptance, he took his gesture. Calloused and cold were his own hands enveloping your own. Like it's always been. He glanced down at them before looking up to meet yours. Couldn't tell what it was, but he lingered for a bit longer than you expected him to. Much as it hurt, you swallowed your pride. You had to remind yourself you were both mature and respectable adults. If you didn't want to talk, there was no need to waste time sitting there pretending. Yeah, it was nice seeing you again. With a glance, you looked over to Salem. See ya. Oh, a little different. Yep. See you around. So not as weird and awkward this round. Yo, Raymosa. As soon as Clock had left the bar, accompanied by Kramer, the bar fell into yet another dull silence. Stick around. Still contemplative. Okay. Still contemplative. Okay, here. Wait. Let's go back to this. Play along. I do think it has to do with playing along. Okay. Well, stranger, I'll take whatever you recommend. After all, you're a bartender. Gives you a smirk. You don't trust that look at all. You want me to pick? Sure, I'm down for anything. No, I want to do the ghost thing. I want to talk about the ghost again. Wait. I want to do the ghost thing. Okay. Let's restart. Have we tried refusing the hand? Yes. Yeah, we did. It didn't change the ending. Okay. I want to do... Go back to this. Yes. Okay. Help Salem. I want to go back to the ghost thing. That was interesting. Wait for Salem is what we did. We played along. But you got it. The ghost. Okay, so we did do the ghost. Sure, I'm down for anything. Okay, now... So, we drank up last time. We got drunk. What if I do the on second thought? I broke the game. I broke the game. Here I thought I was here I was hoping that you'd willingly volunteer to be the person of the night to mess with. Okay, there we go. Smart to have denied that drink. Wait. You're not as gullible as you used to be, Clock. Okay, I fixed it, somehow. Oh, come on, I've seen all the tricks in the book when it comes to you. From pranks to trinks to scares, you've been the unfortunate victim of his trickery many times before you learned to think twice. Ah, here I thought you would humor me. Would have been interesting to see how much of a mess you'd be by the end of the night. His comment made you laugh, deciding to humor his delusions, you added on. Gonna call a cab for me while you try and gaslight me into believing in spirits? Not unless you yell at me while you're drunk out of your mind. The two of you ended up chuckling at each other's quips. His blunt and his dark sense of humor grew on you in some ways. However, you wouldn't help but feel that underlying intention that lies beneath Salem's snarky words and sarcasm. How's the water? And still, this man had the audacity to ask you how a glass of water that he served tasted. At least it was quenching. With some sarcasm, you sighed. Delicious. I'd rate the service a 10 out of 10 if I could, thank you. Anything to keep that sarcastic smile on your face. You were hoping to have a bit more conversation with Salem, but as the time went on, it seemed like the both of you had run out of things to say to each other. So, okay, so I'm gonna hit skip. So, it's been a while. It's been 2 years. Oh, okay, so it's only been 2 years since we've seen him. It hasn't been that long. Okay. Couldn't believe it's been that long and thought of all the questions to ask him. Okay, so it's been exactly 2 years, which to the main character has been a long time. And I guess to some it would be, but I guess I'm an old fucking man, so it's not that long of a time. Skip? Oh, it's skipped all the way to the hand. But it's very different. It's very different. So let's take his hand this time. Next time, let's not. With some finality and acceptance, he took his gesture, calloused and cold. So we still have a bad conversation, by the way, if you didn't pick up on that. Like it's always been. He glanced down at them before looking up to meet yours. You couldn't tell what it was, but he lingered for a bit longer than you expected him to. Okay. It's nice to see you again. Sam glanced at you, noticed the way your enthusiasm faded with a heavy sigh, maybe relief or regret. He looked away. Was this the start of how conversations with Salem were going to end? Okay. Nothing new. Bar. Okay. Okay. Okay, same things. Oh wait, with a glance you looked over Salem, giving him a wave. See ya. See you around, Clock. How do I get this other ending, bro? I'm gonna not take his hand. As soon as Clock left the bar, accompanied by Kramer, the bar fell into another dull silence. Clean up. He looks at the glass. He's focusing heavily on the glass. Welcome back, Clock. Contemplative welcome. Stick around. Okay, fuck, dude. Okay, let's try not... Refuse. Fuck your hand. If he was gonna brush you off like that, you weren't gonna shake his hand. You refused his hand and withdrew, causing his exhaustion and frustration to falter into a bit of regret. His eyes lingered. Okay. Skip. Stick around. Fuck, dude. What have we not done? Is there a way to leave early? Maybe there is. Insist that it's him. Be petty. I don't have a choice but to take a seat. Don't help? That was interesting. That was awkward. That was frustrating. That was interesting, sure. Let's just head back home. Don't help him, but wait for him. I don't think I did that combination. It wasn't wrong, aside from you and the old men at the bar, not a single person stepped in. Maybe now that the two of you are talking, you get the chance to catch up with him. I don't know. Play along. Sure, I'm down for anything. Down the hatch. Let's get drunk again. We're gonna back down now. Salem raised his brows in surprise, leaving him a bit speechless as he watches you finish up the entire drink. Wow, look at you go. Firmly set down the glass on the counter, finishing up the drink. Salem's surprised you managed to finish it all in a few seconds. That was gross. I never picked this one. That was gross. Grimaced as you tried to get that strong taste out of your mouth. Amused by your dismay, Salem poured you a glass of water. That answers my question. Chug the glass of water down, trying to get that burning taste out of your throat and mouth. Water seemed to help. The drink had an overwhelming bitterness to it with a hint of sugar cane. Okay, I'm gonna skip. What other consequences were there aside from a bad hangover? Besides the bad headache, I'll get in the morning. I don't think there's anything else. You made me a drink. I couldn't refuse. I appreciate your boldness, Clock. So for my sake and yours, there aren't any other consequences. Though you were tipsy, you didn't miss how he insinuated that. Gave him an unimpressed frown, assuming it was probably another stupid innuendo. Well, whatever it takes to ease the tension. You could just feel the sarcasm and sass ooze from his words. Being a fool and chugging the drink for my sake is easing plenty of the tension. If anything, that just raised the tension, a growing tension in your temples. You hated how his words held a bit of truth to them. It was a dumb move to have chugged it all, but you got ahead of yourself. There's no way you were going to admit that to him, though. You had to remind yourself. You needed to be civil. No, you wanted to be civil with Salem. This wasn't how you envisioned the reunion to be. Could we try not to get on each other's nerves? The statement was mainly for you, if anything. You wanted to spare yourself any more of a headache by asking him, but you knew that was a shot in the dark. Anything to ease the tension. Okay, so now we're drunk. Thanks to the alcohol, whatever frustration or animosity felt earlier was soon replaced by that bubbling feeling of curiosity. Soon your filter started to disappear. Skip. Okay. Don't take his hand. Fuck your hand. He refused his hand and withdrew, causing his own hand to withdraw back in a bit of regret. It was nice to see you after so long. Skip. Okay, new? Whether it was the alcohol or your racing thoughts, your heart was beating faster. He's much closer now. Felt the proximity close into the both of you. Suddenly felt like his grip on your arm had... Okay. Sorry. Wait, what? No, I want... Can you just wait a second? What is this giant block of text I'm missing because I'm clicking? Question mark. I'm like waiting. Sorry. Nothing. I guess You can't... I mean, you're not walking back home like that. You don't got a car. Bar is like a 15-minute walk from here. I'll be fine. No. Hand me the phone. Let me call Kramer. Don't. No. Was it because you were convinced that you could make your way back home, or was this just because Salem was being mean and you were petty? Yeah. Regardless, Salem didn't seem convinced that you could make it. No. You're really gonna walk home back in the dark and in the cold like this? It's not even that cold. You barely made it to the front door. You really think you can make it back all the way home? Yeah, I've walked home a billion times in the dark before. I can make it. Don't ever do this, by the way. Take a cab, because you will fall in the ditch in the snow. And die. Happens in Canada a lot. It doesn't matter. I'm not letting you walk home, so either call your brother or... Never mind that. Just hand the phone to me or call him. No. You're drunk. Damn it. He rolls his eyes before he reaches for your pockets, clearly done with you and your drunk self. Searching through your pockets of your coat, it was causing him to stiffen up uncomfortably. You're already so close to him. Finally able to fish the phone out of your coat pocket, he holds it in his hands while he grimaces over the multiple missed calls you got from Kramer. Just stood there as he turned the screen to face you, unlocking the phone. Wow. Kramer. Yeah, he's here. Okay, skip. Are you out? Okay, I think I said barely awake last time. I'm out. This is what happens when you drink too fast. Jeez. He's almost here. Don't fall asleep yet. Can you at least get up? I need some help. Kramer's outside and he'll do it. Just wait. You hear the sound of a loud engine revving up in the parking lot just outside the bar. That must be your ride. The sound of the bar door swung open, bringing in a chilly draft. You're flickering in and out of consciousness after a brief talk between Salem and Kramer. What I miss? Damn, Glock, you're out. What did you do? Something stupid. Did you fill up that tab like you wanted to, brother? So Kramer, he's drunk. Take him back home now. So I take it you had a good time catching up. Don't give me that look. I just didn't have time to tell you he was coming back. Okay. Mr. Moody, we're on our way out. Still not different. Before you knew it, you're seated in the passenger side of Kramer's car, and the engine began to rev up, and you felt the movement of the car as you both head back home. One drink, and we got drunk, man. That's crazy. Look. Why did you do that? Why didn't you help them? This is like the voices in his head. Clock. You're scared. Clock. Of what? Just embrace it. You miss them, don't you? Ending 1. Going back drunk. Fuck, dude. Damn, bro. How are we doing this? Maybe there's a guide? Maybe there's a guide. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Chat? YouTube, I'll be right back. The third ending was added today. The third ending was added today, chat. They fixed the bugs and added the third ending. It wasn't in the game when I downloaded it. I downloaded it yesterday. It was added today. Oh no. Okay, give me a second. It's 1.5 update. Oh my god. Okay. It's not. I'm going for an ending that's not in the fucking game, bro. I'm going for an ending that's not in the fucking game. Okay. Sure. Let's try. Oh my god. Continue. Okay. Okay. Can I load? I can load, but now I'm like, fuck, dude. Let's just start a new playthrough, okay? Skip. Part 1. A lot has changed. For better or worse, was up to how you defined it. You're more independent now, you paid bills, got a job, you pretty much got a routine lined up for you. Been a good couple of years working and hustling to pay everything. Hope was that you'd last at least 40 more years like that, but life likes to throw a couple of wrenches in people's otherwise perfect plans. Metaphorical wrench was your own state of mind, the state of things and how it made you spiral. Dread, anxiety, and uncertainty. Wait, this is like completely different. Sleep right now was your biggest problem. You couldn't sleep with all these problems lingering around you. The mind didn't seem to have an off switch, and the problems wouldn't go away by just thinking about them. Still, you do it anyways. Rising costs of food, threats to your job security, the crippling loneliness and anxiety, the effects of sleep deprivation to the brain. Whatever new problem it was, it added onto a never-ending plethora of things that made your brain fry to a crisp. Your mind was like a magnet attracted to finding the newest problem to sit there and worry about. Too much noise, too much thoughts, too much problems. You need an escape from the bright, loud, and busy. Better place to escape that than the small, snowy town hidden deep in the mountains. It's been in mind since you moved to the city. There was always that place you could come back to when you were stressed or tired. Your quiet town of St. Rose. It's peaceful, slow, and quiet. Just need someone to talk to, someone to help get your mind off the hectic days. Who better than your family? You can catch up and de-stress. Maybe go around town and reminisce. Didn't expect your brother to offer up a hangout. Told you to meet at the bar near the town center. Said you'd be there. So, once you did, you find yourself at the steps of that old-timey bar. Okay. So skip. Now it's Clock. Okay. It's your brother. Okay. It's your brother Clock. I think you got the wrong number. It's still letting me skip some stuff. Insist that it's him. Okay. Skip. I'm real about the bar. Stalling because I'm running a bit late. Just had to say that when you were already there. Feeling okay. How late are we talking? 40 minutes? Is it really 40? Okay. Okay. Maybe the signal was bad. You are back. The ghosts, they know me. Okay, so it's a little different. Oh, they changed a lot. They changed like a lot of random dialogue. You didn't say anything. You okay? You're messing with me again, aren't you? Swear to God I didn't hear anything. Strange. Okay. Change your phone plan. Okay. This is the same. I'm just gonna be clicking through a lot of it because we already read a lot of this. Be petty. Okay, Christmas. Go socialize. Thanks, bro. See you later. Take a seat. Maxed out Kramer's car. The place was empty except for the two men sit at the far bar. Maybe just go and find the most expensive drink. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna save really quick. And then I'm just gonna skip, like, type. I'm just gonna type until the first option, okay? Because I can't skip, but this is pretty much the same. Maybe, like, a few little differences in how they word stuff, but, like... Yeah, it was him. It doesn't really let me skip much. It is nice to see the CGs again, though. That was cool. So, okay. Let's just try it saving, helping him. YouTube, I'm just going to cut out most of this, honestly. Definitely cutting out most of this for YouTube. So he sees us. ... Making him uncomfortable. Cab was waiting. Need some help. Changed? Didn't know. If you looked at him, you noticed that he was sure was taller. Okay. Why the hell are you still? Why the hell are you still? That's a little different than the first version we played. Okay. Lady comes in. Nelly. Oh, Nelly. It's whatever. You were glad to see him. He's always getting into trouble. Oh, this is like complete. Wow. What the hell? 1.5 update. The game literally came out. If I'm not wrong, the game came out 4 days ago. And then yesterday, they came out with like a 1.5 bug. And they kind of fixed. And they kind of changed a lot. I really wish I checked it before playing it. Bits of sense have been here. Hi. Okay, it's whatever. You were glad to see him. He was always getting into trouble. You were glad to see him. Sure, let's say you were glad to see him. I saved, right? Yeah. So you were glad to see him. Seeing him was a nice surprise. It took you back. Even if it did get a bad foot with the bar fight, at least you had to admit it was a little interesting. Some things never changed. Kinda makes you forget you haven't spoken to each other in years. Okay, one. Okay, I'll come back. Oh, there's Nelly. There's Nelly. Okay, so they have Nelly now. That's good. Just for a split second. Sorry, I didn't see you there. Okay. Thanks. It's no problem. That was also a way to help break the ice. Now the two of you talking, you get the chance to catch up with them. Stranger. Okay. So, now we have the option of playing along with him. Okay. We're playing Ashes to Asses. We kind of beat the game already. We're kind of ending hunting for the third ending. I'm sorry to say. You came at a really bad time. It's like 2 hours and 34 minutes into stream. I'm sorry to say, bro. You're gonna have to catch this one on YouTube if you want the full story. We're looking for a good, bad, or maybe secret ending. I don't know what the third ending is. Let's try playing along, though, chat. You got it. You want to say something to it? To your satisfaction, he chuckled. He also gestured with his arms to a spot behind him. Like, we kind of already beat the game completely. I'm sorry. That's the problem with, well, I mean, it's not even, this is the problem with streaming in period, you know? It was a bit unnerving that Salem was going along with it. Go ahead, bud. It's a bit shy. Okay. The ghost. Do you hear it? Unfortunately, no. I just talked to it. Yeah? What did it say? Okay. I will say yes to the big drink. I'm down for anything. Gin, rum, vodka. For you? Okay. Let's get drunk? Maybe. Chug that shit. Was that a good idea? No. That was gross. That was gross. Let's try that was gross again. He liked that because he gave us water after. That answers my question. Okay. Okay, is that true? Come on, if that's what it takes to loosen the tension. Dizzy. Still the same. Okay. It's still the exact same. I'm trying to read it. I'm trying to find this third ending. It's kind of hard. Okay, he's mean to us. Let's, refuse his hand. Let's be mean, mean, mean. Thanks for dropping by. Okay. Wait, have a good night, Salem. New. Mm-hmm. His pursed lips set back into a deep scowl, trying to keep the smile, but failing. The floor seemed to look like the most tolerable thing in the bar. He was avoiding any sort of eye contact before kicking some gravel off to the side. You don't gotta force it. I know you're upset. It's just me. Got all alcoholic courage or tactlessness, but once again the truth seemed to flow from your mouth, causing him to stop smiling altogether, instead wearing a look of anger. Thought that maybe he'd open up this time, but the pain seemed contorted onto yet another scowl. This time, one that was under a stiff upper lip. Crap, I mean, sorry. Thanks. Have a good night, Clock. Come again, okay? Interesting. Okay, so that was a little different. And we are walking home. The frigid chill of the winter invaded your nostrils, while the vapor from your shallow breathing vanished into the air. It was a grounding sensation getting some fresh air for a bit. Felt like you were finally able to breathe. The parking lot's still bare, and only your footsteps from earlier causing a break in the snowy path. You make your way back. So our brother doesn't pick us up in this ending. So is that a different ending? Get your chittering teeth, regretting the long trudge back. 15 minutes is not a long trudge. The snow piled up since this evening, and cold and drunk weren't the best conditions to take a nightly walk back home. You couldn't see. Instinctively, you reached into your coat pocket for your phone. Dead. No power, no lights. With no choice but to walk back in the dark. At least you've been down this path many times. Oh god. Unpack, go to bed, try and get some sleep. I wonder why Salem was so upset. Take a cab home if you're drunk, though, chap. You will fall in a ditch and die. It happens in Canada a lot in the winter. If anything, Salem in a way was right. It was barely a friendship. Just two people that meet once a year to talk. What'd you expect? Okay, this is the same. There's nothing new. From long late-night conversations to barely tolerating each other at the bar. That's two pairs of footsteps, isn't it? Sort of sad to see how the neglect caused the relationship to deteriorate. Yeah, that's the second pair of footsteps. What is that? Footsteps. A set of footsteps had followed close by, and when you turned around, nothing was there. Hello? Steady beat in your chest began to pick up. Even if you couldn't see anything, you knew something was off. You heard something, you were sure of it. But what was it? In the distance up ahead, a set of headlights came into view, pushing its way through the snow. You stepped over to the side as the red SUV slowed down to a halt. Muffled sounds of music came from the car, invading your ears and breaking the sounds of the crack of the window rolling down. Is that my brother? Man-child with blonde dyed hair and a tapered buzz cut came into view. Your brother. Sup, Snowflake? Kramer. Nearly forgot all of this was because he ended up flaking out on you. Must have been an hour or two since you called him. Didn't you get my calls or texts? I was trying to reach you. Okay. Just turn that down. Sorry, it must have been my pocket, coat pocket or something. I didn't see. Kept calling, just thought you were having a hell of a time if you didn't check your phone. I was gonna join you guys at the bar. Sorry, the night ended quickly, and that just felt like going home. As much as you wish that was a possibility, you were glad that he didn't come in like he wanted to. It's a lot more awkward than he would have thought. You're drunk, huh? Did Salem kick you out? You weren't gonna admit that he did, but it looked like Kramer had a suspicion of what happened. Without questioning, he tilted his head back, gesturing you to get in. Bro's a badass. Ending 1 kindness. Fuck. Do you want to save? Yeah, I'll save. Okay, this will be on 9. Okay. Okay, back. Okay, so the ending's changed a little bit. Let's take his hand this time. Oh, there's a hand this time. Wow! The 1.5 update is really big, by the way. I downloaded it, and then I looked at the page, and they'd updated the game, like, today. So, good thing I looked at it, the page again. They've completely changed the game, so... yeah, YouTube, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't play the 1.5 from the start, okay? I literally downloaded it the day before, was like, okay, this is what I'm playing tomorrow. And then I was looking for that third ending that was on the page. And then I found out it was only in the 1.5 update that they had updated that day. So, yeah. His hand enveloped your own in a cold and clammy handshake. It was so formal. It happens. Sometimes it happens. My bad for not double-checking the page. Maybe that's how it was going to be between the two of you from now on. Okay. So I shook his hand this time. I didn't last time. As much as it stung you swallowed your pride, it was nice to see you. Good to see you too. Okay. Wanna skip? Okay, no. Okay, it was the same. So this time, let's go back and, go back to the drink. So, I'm down for anything. On second thought, stop. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to drink that. I'm sorry, I can't. You can or you won't. Let's back out of the drink. Okay. So we get the water. We get the water. Okay. Not as gullible as you used to be. Okay. Okay. Ask you how the water tasted. It's awkward silence. How's life? Anything new? Wouldn't want to go broke. Wait. Okay, that's usually been. I didn't know you worked at the bar. Took the extra job to pay the bills. Haha, that's pretty nice. Oh, why did I say that? That's pretty nice. Guess so. Wouldn't want to go broke. What the hell? Why would you say that's pretty nice to someone saying I had to get a second job? Bro, just be like, that's fucked. How about your other job? It's still there. That's nice. Gotta keep the family business running. Yep. It's nice. Oh my god, never mind. Now, with the 1.5 update, yeah, I can see why main MC is a dick. Raise the brown, your default answer. Yeah, why am I so fucking NPC? Yeah, sure it is. How about your mom? How's she? She's been nice, if you were wondering. Tried your best to come up with another request to ask him, but you couldn't help but notice his contempt because I suck. I don't know what you want me to say, Clock. Life's been great. Can't ask for anything better than living to work and drink. The way he said it really struck a chord. It was reality that both of you were faced with, but hearing it from him sounded sad. Well, it is what it is. Okay, bro. Sounded like he quietly gave up. Like nothing in his life was worth sharing, or maybe you just weren't worth telling. Okay. The monotony of the town. Blah, 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 blah. Listen. Same old, same old. Okay, and we're leaving. Okay, save. So this time we're not drunk. Let's take his hand. Let's take his hand and we'll come back to this. Cold, clammy shake. Rather, you've been there for hours. He followed you on your way out, probably locked the doors. Slipped your coat on, began to walk to the entrance with your phone in your pocket buzzing. Okay, so we still get the phone call with this one. Hello? Yo, what happened? Your phone died. Okay, want to go home. It's been a long night, I'm tired. Pulling up right now, thanks. At the glance, he looked over to Salem, giving him a wave. Have a good night. Thanks for the visit. It was a pleasure. Drop by anytime, okay? Given the fact that he literally ended the conversation early, you knew he was just saying that to be polite. Still, you give an earnest nod and make your way out. An asshole, man. Okay. As soon as Clock had left, the bar fell into a silence. From the violence, bigoted accusations, and regular arguments to unannounced reunions, tonight was exhausting. You go through the motions of the day, cleaning off empty shot glasses, cleaning up the counters, mopping up some melted snow beneath the bar stools. Getting rid of that glass, the stupid cocktail umbrella in it. Glass cock-held. The grasp on the cup only tensed, listlessly tracing his thumb on the rim of the cup, entertaining a feeling that seemed to consume his mind. That feeling of warmth. A little different. So this would be ending 2, right? Welcome back, Glock. Ending 2. No title for ending 2 this time, apparently. Do you want to save? Sure, why not? We'll go back to ending 9 and we'll save on that one, okay? Okay, and we'll load up on this and we'll refuse the hand. So refuse the hand. No hand. Fuck you. Okay. Wait, it's different. He held it, almost testing the weight of the glass, contemplating a thought while he tossed it from my hand. It should be happy that he's finally left. He could go home, close up. Go back and pretend that whatever happened back there didn't happen at all. He could go back to that life, the one that he lived without you. He should be happy that he's realized things are changing. But the remaining tension held onto the glass said otherwise. He held on tightly, white-knuckling his grip. Damn it. Welcome home, Clock. Slightly different. Ending 3! You're an asshole to him, but we saw a little something different. So that's ending 3. Okay. There you go. After a long search for ending 3, we finally got it. Okay, so after a long search, we finally got ending 3. My lord, bro. I struggled. We struggled for that one. We definitely struggled for that one, man. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we fucking struggled for that one. That's okay though. We got it. We got it eventually. We got it eventually, okay? It was good. I enjoyed it. It's a very good game. I'm very excited to see where this goes, honestly. Damn, I just wish I played the 1.5 version earlier, you know? I wish I didn't wait so long to play it. My bad. My bad, honestly. My bad. My bad. I shoulda... I think there's one thing we're missing, though. I think there's still one thing we're missing. That's the thing, man. Did we try? Okay, we shook his hand, right? I want to try being a complete asshole to him. I want to try being a complete asshole to him. That sounds so mean. Okay, where were we? Which one is that? This one. Okay. I think. No. Load. 5. Was it this one? This one. It's this one. So I'm gonna not help him. I'm gonna be a complete asshole, okay? Oh, shit. Notices you. Okay. Okay. It's whatever. He was always getting in trouble. It's whatever. She's just head back home. Let's try heading back home. Drink or 2. Okay. We stay. Dot. Wait, no. Let's be an asshole. Let's be an asshole. I just feel like we're missing something still. Like, I feel like there's still something. But I want to get drunk. I want to get drunk. But I'm not a stranger. Okay, I'm gonna do that. It's me, Clock. We're not playing this shit. Eavesdropper. Refuse to play along. No. Takes one to know one. I'm down for anything. Down the hatch, baby. Oh, look at you. Got any seconds? Okay. We want lots. Why not head home? Okay, skip. Okay. 7. Refuse the hand. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. You didn't want to leave, you wanted to talk. Instead, you gave him your sarcastic smile, and before you waved off. Have a good night, Salem. Don't scare away any customers, got it? Only the difficult ones, Clock. Roll your eyes before you yank the door open and leave. Okay, so this is different. So we left, we walked home. Frigid chill of the winter invaded your nostrils with vapor from your shallow breathing. Okay, skip. Unpack, go to bed, try and get some sleep. Wonder why Salem was such a pain today. I think Salem was right. Okay, skip. Nope, it's just the brother. Okay, well, I just want to try one more thing. Just want to try one more thing. Take his hand, I think. Leave it at that. No. Damn, I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something. But maybe I'm not missing anything. Okay, anyways, YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I spent way longer in this game than I thought I would. I wish we played the 1.5, but I didn't. That's all the endings. There's only 3 endings to this game. So, I tried. I tried to get the other things. I think we got all the CGs and stuff, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we got everything. It was a really interesting game. I like it. I like where it's going, you know? I like where it's going. I like to see more of it in the future. But we'll have to wait, I guess, until then. Sag. We'll have to wait until then, chat. We'll have to wait until then. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. I'll definitely keep following with this. Hopefully, it gets updated. Obviously, the developer said they weren't sure when they were going to update it again, but I hope it's soon, because it was really good, okay? Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. If you're new here, please clock that like button and subscribe. Play lots of Yandere visual novels over on the channel. Dating sims, horror games, usually. New video on the channel every day, so check it out if you haven't already, okay? I'm sorry, I'm just a little bummed out that I played the whole game at the original version. I'm a little bummed out, because I highly recommend playing the 1.5 version yourself. I'm sorry about that. I usually don't make that mistake, but usually I try to always download the game right before I play it. But this one, it was like late at night, so I just saw it, downloaded it, and didn't think to check again. My bad. There's a lot of other more stuff. Check it out yourself, okay, YouTube? Yeah, definitely check it out yourself, because I think it'll be worth it. There's probably a lot of minor differences in the dialogue. There's a lot, like, from what I could tell, there's a huge amount of minor dialogue differences. So definitely check it out, okay? They basically, like, went through the whole script, I think, and changed it up a little bit, explaining things a little bit more. Because the 1.5 gives me the impression that the MC is a little dickish, you know, a little dickish. Like, we went from 1.0, which is like kind of just like, hey bro, what's going on, to like 1.5 to being like, oh, you got a second job, nice, nice, I don't give a fuck about you at all. So it really went from like awkward, estranged meeting to like, I'm being the asshole, like, I don't give a fuck about you, I'm just here to say hi, you know, which is a completely different vibe, right? So I like that difference. It does explain why he would be upset with us a lot more. And the ending 3 was very different. It gave us a lot more perspective too. So I'm glad we saw that as well. Really interested to see where it goes. Obviously, he's very upset about this. But I love to see where it goes, because he works in a mortuary. Ghosts? I want to see that expanded on too, the supernatural side of it, and the yandere side too. But anyways, with that, I'm clocking out, so thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Clock that like button, good stuff, whatever. I already said that, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace. Game of some bugs. Download the game to see what's up. Then I realized I've uploaded an earlier build of the game. Oh, so 1.0 was an earlier build of the game, too. It wasn't even the build that they wanted to upload. Damn, that sucks for me. Basically, I played their earliest build of the game. Damn. I did update it, obviously, to 1.5. I didn't see any jump scares, though. Sag. Said there's jump scares. Damn. Third ending is now accessible. Alcohol route has been changed. Major minor dialogue changes in the game. Apathetic route has dialogue changes. Interesting. I highly recommend to play it yourself if you're interested, because it was actually a really good game. It was actually a really, really good, interesting visual novel. I just wish I saw that. Weird mistake for them to make. It happens with game developers. It's my bad. The game had been out for 4 days. I downloaded it on day 3. And then I looked at itch. Lucky I looked at the page today to see how many endings there were. Unlucky because I didn't scroll down. Because if I just scrolled down, I would have saw after the first ending, and I could have, you know, gone back for a lot instead of searching for so long through different dialogue options. So that does suck. But it still was good. Like, it's still good, honestly. Guess they uploaded and then 3 days later found that they uploaded the wrong one. Yes, that's exactly what happened. They said that the comments on the page, somebody probably complained and was like, hey, there's a bug here. And then they were like, huh? I don't have bugs in my game. Or something along those lines. And then they downloaded it themselves and were like, oh shit, this is the wrong version of the game. That's what it says on the page. So, my bad. I should have looked more thoroughly at the page when I was checking for the ending count. But, yeah, I also usually this is why I broke my own rule. I always don't download the game. Usually, I always download it right before I play it, so that I never have this problem. Just sometimes I've also had the problem where the game is taken down if I wait too long to download it. So sometimes I'm like, no, I'll download it. And it's also because I meant to play this yesterday. I meant to play it yesterday morning. I just didn't because I didn't have enough time. So that's also why I had downloaded it early. Anyways, my bad. I should have double-checked the page today. Still a really, really great game. I still really enjoyed it, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I think it was still very enjoyable. I think the 1.5 thing, the only thing it was missing is apparently there's some jump scares, and I really wish I saw them. But,